he was fighting Glenn Kelly.
Yeah, Glenn Kelly.
So we went all the way to Miami. Dennis goes, buy us in a decent suit.
Yeah.
So we went to bought this suit. No, bought this suit, it was ill-fitting, it didn't fit me properly now.
Yeah.
Anyway, he hammered this Glenn Johnson.
Is that when he put his hands behind his
Glenn
back?
Kelly, put his hands behind his back.
Yeah.
And then banged him.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Australian money.
Yeah, highlight reel that one.
Yeah.
And then at the press conference, there were all cameras there and that lot, and I'm like sat there like that. And then Dennis is going, get up. I was quite quiet when you come to that. And then I just got up. I went, Roy, when are you going to fight me? So he just went, come up here and tell me why I'm going to fight you. So he should be awesome.
Yeah, we're back. The 13th and final round podcast.
Yeah.
Former British, Commonwealth, European,
Oh yes.
world like heavyweight champion.
IBF.
And can I say this? The only one to not come from Brendan Ingles' gym. That's
Yes.
special.
True.
That's special.
True.
Welcome,
His own way.
Welcome.
You forgot one very important title,
What's-
the Central Area.
Yes.
Yes, don't forget.
That's
don't
where it
forget.
starts.
Don't
Winning
forget.
Central Area for me was like winning a world title.
Wow.
Beautiful.
Wow.
That's
You,
where it
you know,
starts.
I saw Tyson Fury on the interview,
I saw
and
that.
he was
I saw
crying
Yeah, yeah.
because he won the English title.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now he don't even cry when he wins the world. It's crazy.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
them
yeah,
little
yeah.
things
It's
can.
you know what it is?
look.
Just win the title.
Yeah.
It's achievement to yourself in
Yeah,
boxing.
it's a step.
It's a stepping stone.
Steps
Know
on
that
the ladders.
You've done something in the game.
You know what I
Well,
mean?
you know yourself from kickboxing days, isn't it?
Yeah.
Your first title, how did you feel? Right? Yeah.
A long time ago.
How do you feel in your first title?
When I won that Central Area, God,
Yeah.
that was it. Because that's where I thought I
What year was that?
Don't ask me any years about that boxing.
Come on.
Was it
Well,
1990,
yeah.
1997?
It would have been the second year in my boxing.
Wow.
I think 97.
No, more than that, less
No,
than that.
about 94.
94.
94?
Yeah, 94.
Used to
Wow.
wear over your shoulder and walk around with it.
Oh, buzzing when I got it.
Sheffield.
Absolutely buzzing. Because that's where I thought that's where I thought it would end. I thought
Yeah.
Central Area.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's-
7 world title fights.
And like I
When
said,
you were boxing, you know, like obviously everyone has expectation of you. How far do you think you could go?
me, honestly,
Yeah.
nowhere. I'm telling you now.
Right.
My old trainer, Neil Pope, rest in peace. He's a good
I remember
friend.
Neil. Yeah.
Yeah. He used when I started training. Got to remember, I started in a gym where there were no pros. There was
Yeah.
just me
Yeah.
in a little sweat box gym. And we used to train, and he used to always say to me, "You're going to be British champion. You're going to be British champion." When we used to go out for a drink, booze and
Just
that,
taking it for a hobby.
when we used to go out, he used to tell everybody, "You're going to be British champion." And I used to actually say to him, "Stop saying that. It's embarrassing. I felt embarrassed him."
Yeah.
He used to tell everybody. And then obviously I went to one Central Area, and then he still say I'm going to win British. Then when I'm going to win British, and then he starts winning, I'm going to win world title. I'm like, nah. I was waiting to lose all the way through my career, starting up, winning.
You don't realise how inspirational that is.
yeah.
That's
100%.
unbelievable, you know what I mean?
I wasn't waiting to lose. I thought, when I lose, that's it. I've had a bit of fun.
Yeah.
My mates, they took it as a night out. It's
Yeah.
the funny thing about it. When
Yeah.
I retired from boxing, we used to get phone calls to our house from our mates' missuses saying, "Is Clinton fighting tonight?" It's an excuse for their husbands to go out. So they were still telling them that I was still fighting. So I was just waiting to lose.
When did?
Just-
Go on, Ish.
Just a little message to everybody. You know what I mean? Please take this seriously. This is a normal guy. No world champion. You know this. He's not. They're not made from stone. They're not made nothing special. It's a normal guy, grand, down to earth, that went all the way. Anybody, you can do it. Put the work in.
Yeah. It's anyone can market anything, right? But like, and hype it up, and you get carried away. But I felt privileged because I was around Clinton when he trained, and he was always nice to me in the gym. And it was always normal. But when did it? When
That's just like him in
when did you know though?
Don't know something. Probably I took boxing seriously after the Roy Jones fight.
Right.
Did it? See?
Really?
Seriously, I'm not.
Wow.
I don't know no bollocks about boxing because boxing for me
But you said you didn't take it too seriously, which is a good essence.
Yeah.
I was
Don't take
training.
it
Listen,
too
I
seriously.
always trained hard.
Yeah.
I always trained hard.
Timing.
Yeah.
You got to remember, I was still up to about 2 or 3 years boxing. I was still working. I was on building sites, either labouring for builders,
Yeah.
for brickies, or I was labouring for plasterers.
Yeah.
Grafter.
So I was always fit.
Strong as well, strong, yeah.
And boxing wise, I was still drinking every weekend. I was training, I was winning fights, and then I'm not saying I didn't train hard when I fought for the British, Commonwealth and European against Crawford Ashley.
Yeah.
I training my arse off. I was
Yeah.
running more or less every day.
Yeah.
But were I serious? I had no nutritionist. I was eating what I wanted.
Right.
I was just fortunate that I could make the weight easy.
Right.
Without even standing up, getting on scales.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I was lucky. I could have been 12 stone all my career, really.
Right.
But I didn't have no nutritionist at first, so
Right.
I was fighting at light heavyweight. And then I obviously beat Crawford Ashley, which
Yeah.
were a massive fight.
Yeah.
Remember that fight?
But no, I'm not bad when it comes to boxing. I do believe I got him at the right time. I watched him fight, defend his European just before it.
That Clemson.
No, it weren't. It was against Tony Booth.
Okay.
And Tony Booth boxed out his.
That's right. I remember that fight.
Yeah, it was a good fight. And I
Yeah.
watched it and I thought, Crawford's lazy.
Yeah.
And I thought, I've got a chance with him.
Yeah.
And I thought I was going to train bollocks off. And that's what we did in the fight.
Yeah.
He busted my nose in the first round, and I thought,
Yeah.
I'd actually thought I was in too deep. I thought, I'm in too deep here.
Yeah.
I just took some shots and I just come through, and obviously, they retired him.
Your fitness brought you through.
Yeah, fitness, because I've always, a boxer who's fit can beat a boxer who's better.
Yeah.
And that's what we worked on. And obviously, I beat him. And then it was crazy, because, like, they started talking about Roy Jones.
Yeah.
And, like, they start talking about big money, and people are talking about millions of pounds, and I'm like, bullshit.
Yeah,
It's not going to
yeah.
happen. It's
Yeah.
not going to happen.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was going to happen.
Yeah.
You kept to the plan. You kept training.
Yeah.
You was in the gym. You had plenty of heart.
Yeah.
Which got you there. We always embrace that.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, so I kept training, and then they tell me that you're going to fight him, and then his main man come over to Sheffield to see us. Called Brad Jake, I think it was Brad Jacobs or something. They come over and we sat in this room, and I'm sat there thinking, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
You're not going to fight me. Listen, Sheffield had all these top boxers. They were Calzaghe and fighting, and
Yeah.
Roy Jones was going to come over and fight me. So I'm like sat in this room, and they talk about, Roy Jones is well known for sorting his boxers out with money, making sure they get a good payday. And so I'm sat there thinking, not going to happen. And it didn't. It died off. It just died. They made me fight. They made me I give me European up without me even knowing it. I didn't even know I give me European up.
Right.
Wow. And Yowie Davis, a guy called Yowie Davis, who was African based in Italy, boxed a guy called Simpson in Sheffield, in England.
Neil Simpson.
Neil Simpson,
Yeah,
who
yeah,
was going through a
Blackpool.
good stage in his career.
Yeah.
Winning.
Yeah.
And Yowie Davis absolutely, I think, destroyed him in about 2 rounds. So then they made me fight Yowie Davis for the eliminator for Roy Jones. So then I tell you something, you were tough as out.
Yeah.
Oh, God. You were horrible. You were southpaw, but you were horrible.
Couldn't get rid of him.
You were tough as out. And I beat him, and then the fight just stalled. And then they put me in with, I don't want to be disrespectful, because journeymen are like, for me, are the life all the boxing.
Yeah.
They put me in with Clint Johnson. Remember Clint Johnson?
Yeah, I remember Clint Johnson, yeah.
In Bethnal Green.
Yeah.
So I thought, well, I'm supposed to be fighting Roy Jones.
Yeah.
Anyway, I stopped Clint Johnson in about 2 rounds. And then it just happened. Nothing happened. And I'm like, well, and everybody says to me, are you fighting Roy Jones? And I'm down. And then one day, Dennis Hobson just rang me up. He went, we're going to Miami.
It's done.
So, no, not done.
Press conference.
No, we're going to watch him.
Oh, right.
He was fighting Glenn Kelly.
Yeah, Glenn Clay.
So I went over to Miami. Dennis goes, buy us in a decent suit.
Yeah.
So I bought this suit. No, I bought this suit. It's ill-fitting. It didn't fit me properly.
Yeah.
Anyway, he hammered this Glenn Johnson.
Is that when he put his hands behind his
Glenn
back?
Kelly, put his hands behind
Yeah,
his back.
yeah.
And then banged him.
Yeah.
And then anyway,
Australian money.
Yeah, highlight reel, that one.
Yeah.
And then at the press conference, there's all cameras there and that lot, and I'm like sat there like that. And then Dennis is going, get up. I was quite quiet when he come to that. And then I just got up. I went, Roy, when are you going to fight me? So he just went, come up here and tell me why I'm going to fight you. So my arse went. So I got up, there's all these cameras there. I went, you got to fight me, because and I were his number 1 challenger. I were for like 2 years.
Yeah.
Right.
I were if you see my number plates, M1 WBC.
Yeah.
I was rated number 1 by WBC.
Yeah.
So I said, you're supposed to fight me. So he just went, my next fighter. And that's how the fight was made.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you made it, really?
You made it, son.
Well, Dennis took me all day to... so we went over, and that's how the fight was made. As easy as that.
Because I remember when we was in the gym, you were supposed to fight Michael Nunn at one point.
Yeah.
And that fell through because he got locked up.
That was probably one of the best things that ever happened in my career. Because I went ready. Michael Nunn was this tricky southpaw.
Yeah.
And he likes southpaws.
And I was training for him. I never sport with southpaws.
Yeah.
My trainers had never put me in with no southpaws.
I actually remembered I was in the gym and Howard said to me, you're the only person who can switch it. You want to spar with Clinton.
Do you know what he had me sparring with? He had me sparring with Scott Lansdowne.
Yeah.
Who were like 5 foot. What,
Yeah.
And I was fighting a 6'2".
Yeah.
So I knew. So I started training for the fight. I started training for it, and I rolled up for it because I thought Michael Nunn was past his best.
Yeah.
So I thought,
Might give it a go.
I thought it was the same fight as the Crawford Ashley. I was going to wear him down.
Yeah.
Which I would have. I would have worn him down. At that time, I was like fit as all.
You won it, yeah.
he was
I would
on
have
your
beat
game.
him. But anyway, he pulled out. Well, he couldn't get in England because he had all these charges in
Yeah, in America,
so he
yeah.
couldn't get over. So I fought Greg Scott Briggs at London Arena on
My pal, Greg. Good man.
good lad. Him.
Good guy, Greg.
So I boxed Greg instead of him. Docklands.
Docklands, really.
They were good lads. Greg would give me a
Yeah,
fight for a
good
couple of
guy.
rounds.
I was going to ask you, because I was looking down your record. You fought Glenn Johnson 3 times, draw, lose and win. How did it feel when you finally got that win over him?
Oh, buzzing.
World
The
title,
pain,
like a world title.
Yeah. He got to me.
Tough man.
Tough, yeah.
Do you want to know something? I don't want to make all excuses about when you lose and this and this and that.
Yeah.
You got to remember, when I trained, when I first started boxing, I was the only pro in that gym.
Yeah.
Dennis Hobson, my promoter, I was the only pro he had. So we started off together.
So
more or
he
less together.
started off with you, yeah.
He had a few pros before me. He had Riley from Sheffield, who boxed at Central Area, but I think he finished.
Yeah.
So it was just me and him. We were very inexperienced. We had no one doing no weights with me. We had no one doing no strength work with me.
Yeah.
We had no one doing no diet with me.
no
It was all down to me. I was doing
Yeah.
it for myself. So I was training me bollocks off, and then I was fighting these top guys. And then I was straight back in gym. I weren't having I was still boozing.
It's the only way.
Yeah.
So I was still at it. So then
Playing a little bit,
so
but
then
obviously he was training on,
Yeah.
but he was playing a little bit.
and I had some tough fights, like we Clementson.
Yeah, that was a fight.
It
was a
that.
tough fight.
Yeah, man.
Big puncher him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he could whack.
That's when I knew that you was going to go somewhere when the way you took him
I
out.
can remember that.
Yeah.
That was 90s, wasn't
Yeah.
it? Was that 90s?
That would have been late 90s probably.
Yeah,
I think
90s.
posted all this
Yeah,
somewhere.
It was a
Swedish.
couple of fights after Crawford, wasn't it?
Yes, a couple of. Well,
Yeah.
the funny thing about that bit of trilogy were Ole Clementson phoned us up first. He goes, "Will you spar with me? Will you come on and spar with me? I'll pay you to spar with me."
He rang you. He rang
They
you
rang
first,
us,
did he?
Yeah.
spar me, because he was fighting Crawford Ashley. So they got me in Norway, Denmark, sparring with him.
Yep.
And the sparring was tough as all. Great
it's
tough.
tough over
Because he had been in a ring about half size of this.
And it's bouncy as well.
Chucking it
we
on
got
you.
there. But then I sparred him in. I know you all lads talk about Amfidel Mar, don't you?
Yeah.
Do you know how that started?
Go on.
Ole Clementson. Ole Clementson was sponsored by him. Ole Clementson, when Ole Clementson were training to fight me, he brought some Ingle boys over to spar with him to fight me. Because I tell you who told me, Buster.
Yeah.
So Ingle boys were sparring with him in preparation to fight me for European. And that's how the Amphi obviously joining that
Right,
all
they
then got in with Amphi. That's why you all started training at Amphi.
Wow.
Right.
That's how it all started.
Small.
I don't know, when I was sparring with Clementson in Amphi, I used to be out every night, bladdered. And then next day, spar on beach. And I can't believe that they wanted to fight me, because I used to play with him. Play with him on no ring. I used to bash him up. And it was a funny story, because one day, because they paid me to spar, they're paying for his drinks, they're paying for his food.
Yeah.
Then one
expenses.
day, Dennis Hobson's dad come with us, and he won at rounds. After about second round, he got into ring. He went, "Clinton," he went, they're going to send us home if you keep beating him up. You know? So it's having to squeeze on him. And then about 2 fights later, I ended up fighting him. And that's where the skinny boy from Sheffield come from, because it says, there's no way I can
That's
lose.
what I was going to ask you. What nicknames did he have? And he didn't really have a profound nickname, did he? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He didn't have a profound
Yeah,
nickname.
like,
He had a
yeah.
couple of names that probably knocked around.
There were a few,
What was
yeah.
he? Skinny boy and what?
Well, the skinny boy come from him, because in an interview he says, there's no way I can lose this skinny boy.
Clementson said that.
Yeah, Clementson said
and
that.
that stuck for a bit, didn't
After
it,
the
with people?
fight, I straight up to the camera and I went, not bad for a skinny boy.
Yeah.
And then everybody's I bet I hated it. I hated
But
people
yeah,
calling
but
it
like,
skinny.
yeah.
Min, he once did this radio thing where they were trying to get me a name, and someone said Min, and I said, why Min? They went, because you're cool like a Min.
I think
At least they didn't call you a soft man.
No one ever used it.
I think I'd have called him. I think I'd have gone the old school way and called him Gentleman Clinton Woods.
Yeah,
because
yeah, I can see
you
that.
know, some profound
Yeah.
legends had that name, so you'd
Yeah.
have fit that. For me, anyway.
Can I ask you something? I was watching something today. Did you live in a caravan? Oh, was that a little joke?
I used to have a caravan.
Did you? Okay. What happened? Did you live in it or you just had one?
No, it was quite funny
Come on, tell us
because
then. I was thinking, hey, you can't be a gypsy.
when they were fighting Roy Jones,
Yeah.
they're talking about like this big money, like, they're saying to me, what are you going to do after you fought Roy Jones? I said, well, I'll go out in my caravan. And they're all like, caravan? You go in a caravan? He went, what about an hotel? I went, I don't want to go in an hotel. I love caravans. I just love being in a caravan.
Bring it there.
And I says that when I retire, I'm going to live in a caravan.
Yeah.
I won't get my missus living in a caravan. So,
She wouldn't have that either.
See, you told us, Clint, obviously, you know, your success, I think, is around you didn't take it too seriously, which is a good thing to say to people. Don't be too serious. Obviously, take it serious. You're getting hurt. You're getting hit. But, you know, what do you put your success down to, do you think? What?
Trading. I trained hard.
Yeah.
I never
You put it
cheated.
in. Yeah.
I never cheated.
Never cut corners.
Never cheated.
And what was your diet like?
My diet up to me fighting Johnson the second time, my diet were eat all.
Eat all.
Eat what I
So he
wanted.
wasn't a diet.
No.
No, but do you know what? I'm going to cut in here, D.
Nutrition.
Because I
This-
keep
this-
on telling you this, right?
This is what it is.
Yeah.
Calorie.
Yeah.
He didn't know what he was doing.
He didn't know what he was doing, but he was
Yeah.
doing everything right.
Yeah.
But I was eating good,
Yeah.
but because I was making the weight easy.
Yeah.
I've not
Desserts,
Yeah.
this, that.
But how do you burn fat?
Come on, tell me.
Go on, you tell me.
Because boxers
How do you
think
burn
it's a
fat?
sweatsuit and
Yeah.
Oh no,
sweating.
I never use all like that.
Yeah.
Never.
It's-
I just naturally made it.
If I said to my clients, imagine there's a fire here, right, and you put wood on a fire, it keeps on burning fuel, right? Put a rock on the fire, it goes out, because the fire can't burn a rock. You got your metabolism. You put the right foods onto your metabolism, it carries on burning fat, right?
It's like an engine.
It's an engine, right?
Yeah.
You put a Five Guys or pizza or the wrong stuff on it every day, you're just going to hold
Run
right.
slow.
So actually training hard and eating the right foods will actually get the fat off your body. Come fight week, when you're at your minimum, when you've got your muscle definition and there's no fat on you, then you could lose some water weight. But a lot of fighters, they don't train hard
the
enough.
wrong way, and they do it the
Yeah,
wrong way though.
Yeah, and then there's water weight at the
They're
last
knocking
minute.
sweatsuits 4 weeks out and all that.
Yeah, never,
That's
It's
killing
like-
you.
Simon sweats.
never.
It's funny, like, 'cause, like I said, I've never really struggled at weight.
Yeah,
But, so I used to eat quite well.
yeah.
And big for the weight, really.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Tall as well.
But then when it comes to weighing, I used to get weighed in and get up scales perfect.
Yeah,
Then I used to go off at scales. I'd be fighting next day, but then I'd go to my favourite restaurant
Yeah.
and just have the biggest meal
yeah,
with starters, main meal, milkshakes,
Yeah.
desserts.
Cruise
Yeah.
away.
And then day at fight, I'd be like,
yeah.
why am I doing this?
What
Yeah,
would you
yeah.
weigh? What would you weigh?
Day at fight, I just put about a stone on. So I'd be like,
13.
It's crazy, isn't it?
but then obviously I got the guy who's got a gym across here called John Clark,
Yeah,
who started doing diet for me.
yeah,
And when it comes to diet, it weren't one of these diets where he had it's crazy.
yeah.
It was just eating food what's grown,
Sensible.
food what's grown,
Natural.
Whole
fish,
foods.
chicken, no
Yeah,
foods,
yeah. It's the right way.
So and that's how we did it.
Yeah.
I mean, we did that. We did find that I had, when I lost to Johnson,
Yeah,
because that was it. When I lost Johnson, I thought that's it. I'm going to finish boxing.
yeah,
Yeah.
All over. There was nothing in me. It was the only time, the second time when I boxed Johnson, where I used to come home from before training. If I sat on settee, I'd go to sleep.
Tired.
And then go training, then come back, sleep. Then I boxed, and in the fight, you just don't feel as though you got nothing.
Yeah, yeah.
And when the fight finished, and I come home, and that way I would have finished boxing, I've had enough. A doctor who phoned me up, Dr. Hudson. He says, he goes, how did you feel before the fight? And I says, just tired all the time. So he goes, come down. So I went down to his office, down to his surgery. He just gave me some simple test, and he found out I had an iron deficiency.
Wow.
Right.
And we started having injections.
Right.
And totally different. Oh my God.
Yeah.
And that's when
Energy.
everything has changed.
Yeah.
My career, after having them...
What age was you then, Clint?
I'd have been about 30-ish.
So you'd actually won titles. What you doing?
I didn't win
that
world
way?
title till 32.
No, but you won
Yeah.
British Commonwealth
Yeah.
European titles
Yeah.
like that.
So I had deficiency, so I used to put B12 injections.
Yeah.
My diet were perfect.
How often?
Well, it's supposed to be like once a month, but I weren't. I was like...
You were high.
But brilliant. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Totally changed.
Makes a massive difference, yeah.
And I think it's what I think all people have it, don't they? I think all
Yeah.
people have it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's people now on social media advertising that they give them out.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's dangerous or what. I don't know.
Yeah, I would always go through a specialist
You
person.
know, first time I ever tried to put one in myself, because doctor used to give it first. He says you've got to start doing myself now.
Yeah.
So he's put them in the ear, your muscle.
Yeah.
My legs are like sticks. He's not
full
he's
forward.
So I sat, no lie now, I sat there. We have to snap bottle and then you have to draw it up. I sat there. I sat downstairs and I went, have you ever tried to put a needle in? He said,
It's horrible.
could you do it all right? Oh my
First time
God.
was
I have
scared.
to. I have to do it. I have to do that in my leg every 2 weeks. I've got psoriasis.
About an hour.
Yeah.
And then Mrs. went, what, you done it that way? I can't do
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
So
yeah.
she went, poof, and it's sticking out. And she hadn't pushed it in. I went, she says, I can't push it in. So I'm pushing it in anyway. I used to be able to do it pretty
Yeah.
easy.
Once
Then
you've
the
done it,
cream-
you can just just do it.
Oh, no,
I get her to do it.
because my legs are so thin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It used to like
Nerves.
it nerves all the time.
The
Yeah,
nerves
yeah.
are easy
Big
to
bruise
grow.
like that.
Yeah.
But my career then just changed.
It took off
I
from
was
there.
flying.
Yeah.
I was flying. Boxed, obviously boxed John. No, then I got the world title fight against Rico White.
Yeah.
Which were funny because I was more or less, after the Johnson loss, I'm more or less going to finish.
Washing your hands, yeah.
Yeah.
I were going to finish.
Yeah.
I were going to...
But you're glad you
Change
didn't.
your mind.
I'd made some money, like, and
Yeah.
like
What changed your mind?
they just said there's a kid from America who nobody wants to fight.
How long ago was it? How long out was you to fight him? 2 months or something?
2 months, 3 months, yeah.
Yeah.
Hopkins didn't want to fight him. Johnson didn't want to fight him. So they said, when were you two? I think they vacated belt. They said, do you want to fight Rico White? So, I went, yeah, straight away. I just went, yeah. Didn't really check him up.
Yeah.
And then I started looking at videos. I don't know if you ever saw some of his
Good fight, wasn't he?
Oh my
Unbeaten,
God.
wasn't he?
he
Unbeaten.
would just knock out, and they were fighting good fighters. And you know, honestly, I sat watching it on TV, and knowing you think, because he had a really good jab and all.
Yeah.
And one good thing I had is a jab.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw him, he had a really good jab, and I thought, fucking his jab's better than mine. He also whacked with his right hand.
Yeah.
And I thought, how am I going to beat him? He's
Yeah.
gonna, if I can't outbox
Who was
him.
training you
At the time,
for that?
I was in a gym just keeping fit.
Yeah.
And Richard Poxon,
Yeah.
Yeah.
we're in a gym, and they started taking me up pads.
Yeah, I remember Richard.
And then he's like, Mona said, I've one more go at it. So then I had one more go at it. And I tell you something, you got to admit, he actually got me into great shape. He used to be there every morning for runs and stuff like that. We're going to shit. He didn't really show me how, because he knew it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guide you.
Been around, didn't he? Yeah, just had
Yeah.
to work with you and
Yeah.
And
motivate you.
do you know when you're in that changing room and you're just flying? And they're doing pads with me on the night of the fight. I had no nerves, I had nothing. And I was flying. And I've never felt like that before.
Comfortable.
And on the fight night, because a lot of people thought he was going to actually bang me out. He did catch me a few shots like, but it was on the easiest fight. Well, not easiest
Done
fight.
it again.
Yeah.
I stopped him in about 6 rounds.
You never lacked heart though.
That's what I'm
That's-
saying. That's what you
you
need.
always
That's
had.
what you
Yeah.
need.
I think my chin got me out of jail
Yeah,
a few
yeah.
times.
Chin, yeah.
Yeah, I think you had a lot of heart and a good chin, and a lot of people would have looked at you, not because you didn't have all the fancy moves, but you were very effective at what you did. You knew what you was good at, and that's where a lot of people would have underestimated you before fighting you.
I think I could fight inside. Same with tall fight, I could inside.
Yeah.
Well, we did change trainers a lot of us.
Yeah.
I went from like training with Neil Port, obviously, who died.
Yeah.
Then I've trained with Glim Rhodes, won titles with Glim Rhodes. Glim Rhodes, the times at Glim Rhodes were brilliant.
Yeah.
Sparring were great. Sparred with Silky so many times and Jason Barker and sparring were brilliant there. But I always wanted harder sparring. I always wanted side.
Yeah.
Well, we did change trainers a lot of us.
Yeah.
I went from like training, spar with someone and like test myself. Then we went down London to Howard Rainey.
Yeah.
Who for me were probably, people always say he was best trainer. He was the best trainer I had.
Oh yeah, 100%.
John always shouts about that.
100%. People don't understand. Like, it's just a shame with other things, but Howard knew his stuff.
Technically.
Yeah, he knew his stuff.
Down London, I did prefer him down London when I was down London with him.
Yeah.
Technically.
What part of London was that?
I lived there. Well, I stayed in Lambeth. But when you're like, at Howard, we used to train at St Pancras.
Yeah.
But we used to go around different gyms.
Yeah.
Like Sheffield, you're not going to that gym. Trainers will say, you're not going to that gym. If you're in that gym, you stay at that gym.
Yeah.
We used to just go around all gyms. Howard used to take us to this gym one day, that gym one day. But it was mostly St Pancras.
Yeah.
They were at St Pancras, that were it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it
at
used to be.
Pancras, yeah.
Amateur club, that, isn't it?
Yeah, amateur club, yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
all pros used to come in. Howard Eastman used to come in, train.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you see, a big African, Oboa.
A boa, yeah.
Nightmare. What
Yeah,
a
yeah.
nightmare.
I'll
Jeez.
tell you something sparring I saw him do.
Yeah.
He used to spar with Terry Dunstan sometimes.
Yeah.
Well, Terry Dunstan, for me,
Just talented.
talented as well.
Very talented.
How he never got knuckled down and got to that world title.
Yeah.
Well, he did get a world title, didn't he?
A man Mayfield.
Down Mayfield, yeah. It was great. He was doing some great characters down there, weren't
Yeah.
Scrap Iron Ryan, I love Scrap Iron Ryan.
He was good at it,
And there was Cornelius Carr.
Yeah.
So I would jump in the
good
ring with
guy.
all these guys when I'd like sparred with him.
Yeah.
Good fighters.
Yeah.
And I just saw myself getting better.
Brought you on.
Did you was you ever around at Howard when he was with Colin McMillan? Or did retire?
Yeah, Colin McMillan trained with us,
Yeah.
We used to go running track with him.
Yeah.
Well, we all used to go running track.
Yeah.
But no, the fastest on running track.
You. Colin. Well, you thought they have long legs, so good.
I'm good at quite long
distance, right?
Scrap Iron Ryan, no one could beat Scrap Iron
Really?
Ryan. He was like lightning.
Jeez.
He was the fastest kid,
Yeah.
the fittest kid. He played the fittest boxer I've ever seen.
Really.
He was unbelievable.
Workhorse, wasn't he?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Proper.
He remember when he beat Michael Monaghan. He beat him on work rate.
Yeah.
And Michael Monaghan was a whole stone and a
That
half
was on
heavier.
Neville Brownsville, yeah.
He just wore him down.
I used to watch him spar. And
Strong.
I know
wasn't
when he got knocked out by Thaxton.
Sure.
didn't he?
Thaxton, yeah.
Everybody was saying, "Oh, that his chin's gone." Do you know what else? I used to see him sparring. He used to jump in with anybody. He used
John could hit.
Yeah.
John was a workaholic as
John
well.
could hit, man.
John
He
could
was a
yeah.
workaholic as well.
Yeah.
He used to jump in with anybody in gym.
Yeah.
And he used to have proper wars with him.
Yeah.
Wars with everyone. I tell you, we used to spar with all the time. We used to spar with that Adrian Dodson.
Adrian
Yeah,
Dodson.
good
Yeah,
fighter.
yeah.
Good
Good fighter.
Adrian Dodson.
And some of the wars what he used to have with him.
Olympian.
Yeah.
And he was a lot bigger than Scrap Iron
Like,
Ryan as well.
Scrap Iron, he jumped in with them all.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like middleweight it was.
Yeah.
And
we
he
took-
didn't get shit against me anybody.
Yeah.
It was quite funny, the banter what he had with all. Like, Colin Roy's quiet, weren't he? If you remember Colin.
Yeah.
Colin Roy quiet.
Good guy.
Yeah.
Francis and Paul Foy were there sometimes.
Tough blood,
Yeah, little Francis.
Great team down there.
Yeah.
Yeah, good crack.
Great
We
team.
touched on this a little bit before when we was setting up, but I had the feeling that boxing wasn't really your first love. Is that the right way to put it, or
Not really.
because you're not a boxing fan, would you say that, or
Not really.
no?
Not really.
Do you watch boxing now or?
No, not really.
But he's got a gym though, you know what I mean?
I know it sounds daft, people. No, people say that, but I do. I set the gym. When I pack boxing in,
Yeah.
pack boxing in. Listen, I've got a wife who's like